talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limousine riding, jet flying, son of a gun, and I'm having a hard time holding these alligators.
You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. Yeah, we Ric Flairing on them niggas. It's apparent these girls staring. I'm Ric Flairing, gold across my chest. I'm fresh to death, I'm Paul Bearing, not at all scary. One eye open like Betty Wops and fine to these Urkels that's going in like a carry shot. I'm going in like a Mary Pop off that Mary Crop at the top flow at the Marriott. So questioning me is like questioning you. See, we the best dressed, so come and get blessed with the crew. Not one but two, different ways to slaughter your crew. Committed tat across the chest, I guess she blessed with the truth. People want to see them checks, representation of proof. Living through my elders trying to resonate to the youth. But ain't nothing to get my flash on. Longevity is heavily embedded in my melanin. Layman terms, I last long. My grind repetitive, I'm smoother than real silk. Lyrical cash cow who can't cry over spilled milk. We in here. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. This ain't no normal situation, this preparation with greatness. Industry full of fakeness, it's really up for the taking. See, life is what happened to you, more so how you take it. Don't get stripped of your knowledge and mentally leave you naked. I like to live otherwise. I'm sorry that I'm fresh to death. I put the polo and apologize. See, black son, we ain't nothing like them other guys. Quit to socialize, we organize, then we mobilize. Off the deep end like a scuba diver. And no confusion, just keep it pushing like Uber drivers. Business fresh just like a supervisor in a Gucci visor. Can't find a smoother rhymer. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas.
DQ, baby. Shout out that boy Nigga for that fire track. Hey, Black Sun, sun up. What's up, Vinny Vegas? What in Vegas? Yeah. Shout out Pharaoh's Kids. D-Face. Yeah. Moseby St. Yeah. Ric Flairing on them. Ric Flairing on them. Ric Flairing on them. Ric Flair, son up, baby.
Hey, yo, Scotty, you going crazy for this one. We see what you're doing, we salute you. Hey, let's get it started. It's backpack, capital one. What's in your wallet? Got a call from my man A. Scott. I said I got it. Love that you highlighting all of these black colleges. Try to pay me for doing this. Look, bruh, if you don't get off my line with that foolishness, voice of the SWAC, pull up where you at, no cap. If the Brody is speaking the soft facts, my advice, tune in to every show. Captain Petty, but we know that the sergeants are with the smoke. Speculate, just tell me what is we doing. Get into it, okay, look, I'ma say this and keep it moving. My boy Scotty, man, he off of the leash. Black grad, paying college, I'm glad that he called me. Walk it, cause we all been taught that talk is cheap. Even primetime knows Scott for the HBCU streets.
Oh my God. Is that Roland? Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, that's Roland Martin. Oh my God. Oh man, oh my God. I'm so sorry. I'm so that wow. That's wow. Wow. Hey, how you doing, Mr. Martin?
How's it going?
I'm doing fine. How about yourself?
All good.
Yes, sir.
Hey, how you doing, Mr. All right. How's it going? I'm doing fine. How about yourself? All right, let's get to it. So first of all, what you're laying out, I think a lot of people don't. First of all, let's just be clear. A lot of our people who don't understand the business of the business. That's first.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And what stands out as I've been, looking. First of all, let me full disclosure. Urban Edge Networks, which owns HBCU League Pass, they handle third-party advertising for my media company. So, but I don't have any equity stake in Urban Edge Networks, but they handle advertising stuff for me. So full disclosure is always important. So there are several things here. And that is, I'm always about, okay, what are the facts? Looking for the information. So I've seen all of these numbers that are being thrown about in terms of this deal that the SWAC has signed with Byron Allen's media company. And I know Byron as well, been very, know him well as well. But here's the piece. We haven't seen an actual contract. What I mean by that is we don't know the numbers. I saw the SWAC commissioner, I saw them respond and say something along the lines of, this could jeopardize them getting $100 million. But first of all, we don't know where that comes from. Second of all, most of your SWAC schools, I think all of them, are actually public universities. So whatever contract the SWAC signs, any contract that they sign, and if there's money that's coming back to the SWAC schools, then those contracts have to be made public. So all of a sudden, let's just say we find out that Texas Southern University is getting $50,000 a year from this contract. Well, if there are 12 SWAC schools, correct?
Yes, sir. And the only private one is Bethune-Cookman.
That's right. One private school. So that's 11. So if TSU is getting $50,000 annually from this particular deal, that means that all this basic math, you do $50,000 times 12, which comes out to be $600,000. So then the question is, how much does the SWAC actually get? The SWAC has to actually reveal that information because these are public universities. We taxpayers have a right to know about all deals public universities sign. So we'll know. So here's the first question. And look, we've already called the SWAC office. They've declined to come on my show because they say there's pending litigation. That's fine, but you still have to reveal the information.
Yes, sir.
So So just because somebody throws out $100 million, that means nothing to me. What does the actual contract say? Not only that, you now have to begin to ask the other particular questions, and that is, who controls the games? So, according to a story that I previously read, the SWAC said that they control their games. Really? Well, Southern and Grambling play in the Bayou Classic, correct?
Yes, sir.
Are they SWAC schools?
Nope. Yes, sir. They are.
Does the SWAC control that game?
Negative.
No. So in the SWAC bylaws, is there a carve out? Is there a grandfather? Is there an exception in their bylaws for that particular classic? Okay. Other classics that involve SWAC teams. Does the conference control those games? So now all of a sudden you're now getting into exactly who controls it.
Facts.
Who's able to go out and negotiate TV deals? That's a very legitimate question. And does the SWAC only control? These are the questions that I would love to ask McClellan or anyone with the SWAC. Does the SWAC only control games between two SWAC teams? So, for instance, when Jackson State was playing is in the Southern Heritage Classic and playing Tennessee State, well, who controls that game? Do they control only conference games, or do they all control all games involving SWAC teams?
Mm-hmm.
See, these are the kind of questions that they have to answer, which then goes to, okay, what authority do you actually have over the universities? And do you have authority over all of the university sports? Well, then here's the next question. Do you only have authority over university sports, but do you control everything else regarding a SWAC school? So to your point, you talk about having a particular channel. Okay, let's use, okay, again, we're gonna do, now folks forget the money, but let's use apples to apples.
Mm-hmm.
The University of Texas, which I hate, I'm a Texas A&M graduate. The University of Texas cut a deal with ESPN for their own channel. The Big 12 got pissed off because, that screws us up. Now remember, no, here's the key. There were no Big 12 football games that were on the Texas Longhorn Network, because that of course interfered with the Big 12 negotiated TV contract. But the University of Texas could put their practices, their spring game, they can put their non-football games, whatever content they wanted, on their network. They put their baseball games, they put their volleyball games, they put all of this University of Texas content on the network. Guess what? The Big 12 couldn't say jack. They couldn't say anything about that deal because the university has the rights to their own content. So imagine now, to lay out again, to go further with what you're laying out. So imagine now, if you are Texas Southern, if you are Southern, if you're Grambling, if you're Florida A&M, and you decide to say, we're going to have our own digital channel on League Pass, and we're going to put our band content on our channel. We're going to put lectures from people who come to the campus on our channel. That's really, if you talk about how, if you look at League Pass, and again, all you do is just go look at in fact, I spoke at Grambling in February. Now, Grambling would have to negotiate with me as the speaker coming to campus as to where my content can go. And so because what happens normally when I speak, I actually video my own speeches. Normally I video my own speeches, and I then put that content on my digital platform. But Grambling can put it as a part of my speaking fee, as a contract, that this content will go on the Grambling League Pass channel. Mm-hmm. And if they say it's exclusive, well, then now we got to negotiate. So then I would do a deal and say, hey, we can co-own the content. I'll put it on my channel. Y'all can have it on your channel as well. So now, again, being visionaries at universities, you now say, wait a minute, we now can actually drive anything that's happening on our campus on our own channel. Do you understand what League Pass is talking about? I literally have been telling HBCUs this for the last 20 years. I visited, understand, I've probably been on 65 HBCU campuses. Ooh. When I went to Tuskegee, when I went to Grambling 5 years ago, when I went to Norfolk State, when I went to Virginia State, I can go down the line. I literally had conversations with HBCU presidents saying, why are you not taking advantage of your media departments on your campuses? And why are you not streaming? This was before even HBCU League Pass existed, before Black Star Network existed. I said, why are you not streaming your content to your own YouTube channel or your Facebook channel so your alumni can see what is happening on the various campuses? You look at all of these probate shows happening on HBCU campuses. Guess what? The universities could literally be live streaming these probate shows
Facts.
On their own channels,
Facts.
Deriving content, making money. So let's talk about football. I've raised this basic question. When HBCUs have their games on but ESPN, now remember before they had stuff on NBC Sports Channel, which nobody was watching. Mm-hmm. Here's the question. Is the SWAC and the teams getting a check from ESPN to have their games on ESPN 3, 4, or ESPN Plus? This is a very basic question.
Yeah.
Now, if the SWAC schools are not getting money, why you got your games on? Oh, our games on ESPN. No. You're on an ESPN platform. But if you ain't making no money from it, you're just giving your content away. Why are you doing that? So here's the deal. So I can say, hey, our game's on ESPN, but if you ain't making no money, it don't mean nothing. And your point. So what if you said, no, we're going to stream our games? Because guess what? If you are ESPN Plus, your games are being streamed.
Facts.
Streaming is streaming, y'all.
Facts.
You're not on ESPN 1 or ESPN 2. Your game is actually not being broadcast on the cable linear network. It's not. So the question is, are you making money from these games that are being aired on the networks? If the answer is no, then it makes no sense for Grambling, for Jackson State, for TSU, for all of these schools with alumni bases to say, wait a minute, how about if we just stream, we cut a deal, we stream our games, and our fan bases are going to pay, $4.99 a month, or they're going to buy a package for $60 to $75 a year to see all of our football games. Or if you create your own channel, then you are retaining more of your money from your own fan base. And guess what? You're controlling that. So if you got 5,000 fans, again, do the math. If I got 5,000 fans who are annually purchasing, who let's say are spending $75 each for our channel, then the university just brought in $375,000 for their channel.
Mm-hmm.
What are you making right now? The answer is zero. So what's better, $0 or $375,000? What's better right now that if you're streaming your stuff for free on Facebook, but you can actually say, no, get all of our content here. And so anything Grambling, anything FAMU, anything TSU, anything Alabama A&M, anything Alabama State, anything Mississippi Valley State, you can get all the content here, and not just football, but also basketball and the other sports and the other things happening on student life. The reality is this, and I need people to understand, I'm going to break this down further in my show. The fundamental problem in Black America is that Black America is 15 to 20 years behind everybody else.
Oof.
Black churches fought digital until COVID hit. Then they had no choice. I can tell you, my wife was a preacher, ordained minister, okay, almost 30 years, okay, in Christian education. I can tell you, churches fought, man, we ain't doing all this, fought it, did not want to do it. When COVID hit, I had preachers around America emailing me, texting me, calling me, can you do, I did a whole session with the entire eastern region of the AME church, teaching them about digital streaming, because guess what? They could not convene church. And you know what's happened now? There are churches who now have higher tithes and offerings, more people watching, attending virtually than they ever did physically. And they're like, we ain't trying to go back to the old model. But they were forced to do it because they had no choice. So what we should be doing is, and I'm tired of Black people saying, well, we can't do, well, we ain't got none money. The white folks got all that. You're right. You can't match Texas A&M's money. You can't match University of Texas money. But you can match their knowledge. We literally have the expertise in Black America to do exactly what we're talking about. Now, is it going to be on that same scale? No. But the expertise is there. I have an OTT network. HBCU League Pass is an OTT network. HBCU Go is an OTT network. We are streaming the exact same way ESPN Plus. Y'all, this ain't rocket science. We're literally streaming the same way. The only difference is they've got billions to market their streaming platform to get you to sign up and pay for it. What I have been, if y'all go to my YouTube channel and look at the final lecture I gave at Fisk on Tuesday, when I said to the students, you are the caretakers of the culture. The fundamental problem for Black people is we are consistently giving away our culture. And we are operating by white validation. We're operating by, oh my God, we're on ABC, we're on NBC, we're on CBS, We are on ESPN, but are you getting paid for it, or are you simply working for free? Please tell me the difference between that and slavery, where you were picking cotton.
Facts.
Y'all, this is about money. This is about us as African Americans having something of value. And let me be clear, and I've said this, Black people have consistently made everybody else rich. We make America. America has always loved us. America loves our content. America has always loved us picking cotton. America loves us singing. America loves us dancing. America loves us playing sports. But the reality is, who are the ones actually getting rich? And so that's where we are now. Now, everybody named Mama got HBCU on their lips. Oh, since George Floyd's death, oh my God, HBCU, HBCU, HBCU. Okay, well, if you're HBCU president and board of trustees, do you have the expertise of individuals on your boards and on your staff who know how to negotiate media rights deals?
Facts.
If you don't, what the hell are you doing trying to negotiate a media rights deal? I don't know. Let me be real clear. I don't know a damn thing about how to build a house. I am not about to have a debate with a construction company about how to build a house. Now, what I am going to do is get at least 4 or 5 bids from different construction companies, and I'm going to get me a consultant who knows about how a house is built, who can then say, Roland, here's a yay or nay in terms of what you should do by going with this particular company. Mm-hmm. That's what everybody else does. And so we need to be saying, if you're a graduate of HBCU, and I'm not, but here's the whole deal, I greatly support our institutions. The biggest failure that we have right now in Black America is that our institutions are failing to maximize opportunities and monetize what they're doing. When I say our institutions, I'm talking about HBCUs. I'm talking about Black churches. I'm talking about Black fraternities. I'm talking about Black sororities. I'm talking about Black newspapers. I'm talking about Black digital sites. That's what we're operating in, these individual silos. Like, we ain't talking to nobody. No. I don't want nobody to know how much we get. And well, we already know right now you broke, you in the red. So I'm not about to sit here and be engaged in a conversation. We are in a debt conversation. We are in a broke as hell conversation. Now, first of all, somebody sit here and says, Roland was streaming at the Celebration Bowl. Ask him about that. No, I was streaming outside of the Celebration Bowl. Just so you know, ESPN controlled everything on the inside of the stadium. Fact. ESPN does not control what happens on the outside of the stadium. I was a partner with Coca-Cola on streaming events all week during the Celebration Bowl. That was not an ESPN deal. That was a Coca-Cola, Roland Martin, New Vision Media deal. But now ask yourself this question. Again, if you're a university, why are you not shooting content the same way Alabama is? Their cameras are everywhere.
Come on.
See, all these people don't understand. Man, when I get invited, perfect example, I'm speaking tomorrow at Clemson's Men of Color Conference. I'm a keynote speaker. Oh, that will be live streamed. And if it's not live streamed, I'm walking off that stage with a digital copy of my speech. That's my content. Why am I going to give a speech publicly and not record the content for me to then turn around and monetize that very content on my own platform?
Come on, Mr. Roland. Preach this thing.
Y'all, I'm telling you, these folks got to stop being slow. I did a panel at the University of Michigan, hell, I think it was in 2015, with anti-racist Jane Elliott. This is straight fact. They put it on one of their web pages. I think it probably had about 800, 1,500 views. So 2018, right before we were launching Roland Martin Unfiltered, I told my guy, yo, Keenan, man, go get that panel, restream it. Listen to what I'm about to tell y'all. I just told y'all it had about 800 views on their page. We restreamed it. Every time we restreamed a 3-year-old panel, it did 250,000 views on YouTube and Facebook. Let me say that again, because there's somebody who wasn't paying attention. There was a panel that I did with Jane Elliott. We killed it. It was 1 o'clock in the morning. We restreamed it both times. It was 1 a.m. I logged on to Facebook, and there were 10,000 people watching that panel at 1 o'clock in the morning. A 3-year-old panel.
Come on.
Everybody listening, what the hell is ESPN Classic? They got a whole cable channel showing old ass content.
Oh man, the SWAC can do the same thing. SWAC Classics.
Boom! Don't you? How many people would love, if you Mississippi, if you Alcorn State, imagine if you said, we got a digital channel and we gonna show all Steve McNair's games.
Come on. I said this last week, Mr. Martin. I said the exact same thing last week. Preach to these people, please.
What if you Jackson State and you said, hell, we gonna show old Walter Payton games? If you Mississippi Valley State, we gonna show old Jerry Rice games. Tell me what's the difference between the NFL Network showing old classic Super Bowls and the same thing. Y'all, come on.
Come on. Come on.
We have, bruh, I gave a speech 5 years ago. I gave a speech. I killed the Grambling commencement speech a decade ago. I'm telling Grambling, they never sent me the video. You think, I have given 18. You see, people, y'all got this. I have given 18 commencement speeches, 14 of them at HBCUs. I literally, it's 2 they didn't send me. Mind you, I don't write my speeches. So all my stuff off the top of my head. I don't write any speeches. It's so I can't pull the speech and say I'm gonna put the transcript, hell, because I ain't write it. So I'm getting all out of video and audio of all of my commencement speeches, and I'm compiling those into a book.
Ooh.
Yo, that's content. See, this is how you do content. But wait a minute, hold up. I can take all my commencement speeches and I can compile them and put them into a book. I already published 5 books of my own, so I don't need a publisher. I am a publisher. I still own 10 ISBN numbers. I can publish my own damn book.
Talk to him.
I got 3.6 million followers. I can sell my book direct.
Talk to him.
Listen to the Spirit Within. I sold 20,000 copies on my damn own. All the money came to me. Now, so I could put those speeches in a book. Well, wait a minute. Hold up. I got the video of those speeches. I can now stream those speeches on my OTT network. Boom. That's content. See what I'm saying? Oh, hold up. Wait a minute. I take my content, and we also do audio podcasting. I can take the same video, strip the audio from it, put that on my podcast. So now, one piece of content, I've printed it, I've aired it, video, and I've run it audio. Same piece of content.
And see the thing, Mr. Martin, the thing for me, Mr. Martin, I think a lot of people don't understand is, you previously being with, CNN and doing your stuff, you had an audience. See what I'm saying? So when you have a direct audience that connects with you and everything like that. The SWAC already has its own audience. It doesn't have to go. And what Dion did was just expose the audience to bigger light. But you already had your own market. You already had your own market to sell your market to. But you're not doing them any justice because you're not selling them any. You're not giving them anything to go get.
This is the most basic fundamental aspect of business. That is, who is your base?
So
let me just use the house example again for everybody who's listening. If you've never had a house built, then you don't know what I'm talking about because you didn't see it actually happen. When you buy a house, you go to the company they're building it. I did this in 1999. It was a piece of land. It was dirt. So we cut the deal. I closed the deal. The house then began to be built. The house doesn't get decorated first because there is no house. The first thing they do is they lay the foundation. Let me say that again. They lay the foundation. The foundation is concrete. Concrete on soil. The foundation is supposed to withstand whatever weight goes up in the air to build the house, and then whatever is put in the house in terms of furniture and other artifacts, and then whoever lives in the house. So the foundation has to be able to withstand a significant amount of weight because the foundation, if it's a faulty foundation, the house will crumble. You could have the baddest interior designer in the world, but if the foundation is shoddy, you are going to have cracks in your walls. Your crown molding will begin to fall apart because a bad foundation, you might not know it's a bad foundation, but it will reveal itself later based upon the cracks in the wall.
Yep.
So a house, it don't matter what the interior design looks like. It's the foundation being laid. So when you lay a sturdy, strong foundation, then you're able to properly build a house. And once you properly build a house, then you can properly design a house. And you can, your artwork and your furniture and your carpet and the drapes and all that stuff, don't mean nothing unless the foundation is properly laid. And what we're talking about here is the exact same thing. When you have a base, a foundation, you're absolutely right. The audience that I built at the Dallas Weekly, at the Chicago Defender, at the Houston Defender, then made it attractive. WVON radio made it attractive when CNN signed me. But see, here's the deal. I was at TV1 before I was at CNN. And then that audience came with me. But I did something that Black people often don't do. CNN asked me to give up all of my Black platforms, and I told them no. So while I was on CNN, I kept my Black platforms because there were things, hear me now, because see, some of y'all ain't seeing this. There were things that CNN said no to, substitute ESPN, substitute Fox Sports for CNN. There were things that CNN said no to that TV1 said yes to. There were things that TV1 said no to that New Vision Media, my own company, said yes to. So I did not give CNN all of my stuff because they could say no.
Facts.
So if you're the SWAC, if you're the MEAC, if you're any of our conferences, if you go to cut a deal and ESPN says we'll take this stuff and we ain't paying for it, nah, we good. Because I'm just not Because people like, yeah, but Roland, it's CNN. No, not if they're going to say no. Not if they're going to put it on the shelf. Now if they're not going to pay me. See, I interviewed Winnie Mandela. CNN couldn't find nobody to interview her. I went down to Birmingham, Alabama. I interviewed Winnie Mandela. Had 20 minutes with her. Great conversation. We come back next week. I get a phone call. Hey, we got some questions. Why didn't you ask Winnie Mandela this? I said, why in the hell y'all didn't talk to her? I asked Winnie Mandela what the hell I wanted to ask Winnie Mandela. See, some of y'all listening don't understand what I'm saying. Y'all watching games on ESPN saying, why they not showing halftime? Because they control the content. They control the content.
You stepping over that line, Mr. Roland.
See, people ain't listening. CNN said, we not going to run your Winnie Mandela interview because you didn't ask Winnie Mandela what we wanted to ask. I said, fine. I went to John Klein, the president of CNN US, said, give me the tape. I'm going to run the interview on my TV One show. I did. In March of 2018, Winnie Mandela became an ancestor. I was in Memphis preparing for the 50th anniversary of the MLK assassination. Guess what? We restreamed my Winnie Mandela interview on Roland Martin Unfiltered platform. So let me roll that back because somebody missed it. There was an interview that CNN paid for if they wouldn't run, that I then ran on my TV One show the following week. And then years later, when that TV One show ended and my second TV One show ended, I still had the same interview. And I took that interview and put it on my own personal platform. So one, if I did not have my TV One show at the time, I would not have had a place to air the Winnie Mandela interview.
That's one.
Then if I did later keep the interview and still have it, I could not have run it on my own platform.
That's two.
So a Winnie Mandela interview didn't run on CNN, but it ran on TV One. It ran on Roland Martin Unfiltered, and it's going to be on the Black Star Network. Same damn interview.
So, hold on, Mr. Martin. Let me get this straight.
Please tell me the difference between me interviewing Winnie Mandela, who's our ancestor, and when Meet the Press re-airs appearances of Dr. King on Meet the Press in the 1960s.
Sound like the same thing to me.
Same thing. So if you are HBCUs, imagine how many great Black speakers you have had at your commencement. Why is the video sitting on a hard drive in somebody's office?
Not being repurposed.
Digital outlet, which is a digital outlet, you can put it on your channel. It can live there forever. You can make passive income off of old content, and all you did was simply digitize it and upload it.
Come on, man.
This is all I'm saying. We literally have opportunities that are sitting before us and we're not taking advantage of because we're like, we can't do that. We poll. We can't. No, yes, you can. I do it every single day. And I don't even have the size of faculty and staff and students that a lot of our HBCUs have. But we have to be willing to get out of our own way and then realize that we have a culture that we own and control. And we've got to stop allowing ourselves. I don't want to hear no Black person complain about what was the Florida A&M Jackson State game.
Yeah.
What who aired it? NBC or ESPN?
ESPN did.
Okay. All these Black folks were sitting here howling and screaming because they ain't show halftime. Please tell me why FAMU or Jackson State couldn't scream the damn halftime themselves. Boom. Imagine if Florida A&M and Jackson State sent a text message out to all their followers in the stands or at home. Hey, halftime is coming up. Y'all want to watch halftime? Go to the Florida A&M channel on HBCU League Pass.
Too easy.
Boom. Yeah, this ain't hard. Man, look, I took my own damn cameras and we live streamed the halftime of the Hampton Howard game. Y'all, this ain't that hard. I had 3 cameras. It ain't that hard. It really isn't. But you got to be able to have the vision to be thinking forward to say, hold up. So since y'all not going to do it, and then what you do is when you negotiate the contract. So if ESPN says we control everything, no. If y'all ain't showing halftime, we reserve the right to stream our halftime. So guess what happened in the Celebration Bowl? They had the regular, ESPN had the regular halftime show on the air, but they were driving, listen to y'all what they did. They were driving people to ESPN Plus app to watch the halftime of the Celebration Bowl. But you got to subscribe.
Wow.
To the ESPN Plus channel.
So they doubled up. They double upped on them. They double upped on them. They double upped on them.
Y'all, this business. This is business. That's all I'm saying. It's business. And everybody else understands the business. And our schools, our institutions have got to understand the business of the business. This ain't about no ego. This ain't about no whose school is greater. This ain't about none of that. This shit is about the business of the business. And what I am describing and what you are describing to your audience is why we as a people are broke. If y'all think I'm lying, all you need to do is to go and listen or read Dr. King's speech on April 3rd, 1968 at Mason Temple in Memphis, Tennessee. He lays it out bare the day before he is assassinated. He says that Black people individually, listen to me, he says that Black people individually are poor. He says, but collectively, Black people have one of the top 10 economies in the world. Okay, I think somebody
they missed it. They missed it.
Somebody's.
Say it again. Say it again for Mr. Martin.
Black people individually are poor. Our HBCUs individually are poor when you compare them to these PWIs. But when you put 12 HBCUs together and they are now negotiating as a collective, now all of a sudden you are changing the dynamics of economics.
Mr. Martin, let me ask you a question, because this has really been bothering me when I think about it. And once again, I didn't graduate from HBCU. My thing was this: you're putting FAMU, Howard, Jackson State, Southern. They're putting top Black professionals in their field, business minded, media minded. I never understood why the same people you're putting on in the air to go work at CBS, ESPN, that you can't turn them back around and wouldn't ask them to consult on behalf of their own school. Like they wouldn't do that for you just to make sure you're doing it the right way. I never understood that.
Hold on. Well, no, but see, so let me unpack that. Part of the problem, you also have to remove ego. Why was Austin Lane run out of Texas Southern University? You had one board member at TSU complaining that he made less money than the president of TSU. First of all, why are you sitting here counting his money? What does what you make have to do with what the hell he makes? Austin Lane was a brilliant leader. They ran him out, fired him, tried to say this for cause, end up firing him without cause, had to end up paying off his full contract, and then when it concluded, he then became the provost or the chancellor at Southern Illinois University.
Wow.
I'm sorry. you fired somebody because you didn't like certain things, and he was actually improving the school, and you had to end up paying off his whole contract, you stupid. That means that you stupid. You paid off somebody's contract, and you didn't get the work out of them, and they took that money and went somewhere. What the hell? What's wrong with you? That's dumb. That is dumb. But so we got to understand. And bro, I've been there. You got folks sitting there. Well, how much you gonna make? Fool, right now you getting zero. If I'm coming to you, and this is business, if I'm coming to you as if I'm saying I'm from Houston, so I'm just gonna use TSU.
All right.
If I'm coming to you, TSU, and saying I'm going to deliver this to you, and my company is going to get 20% of the ad dollars we bring in. And you like, man, that ain't right. Why you getting 20? Your ass getting 80. And then you say, how much you making right now? You're making zero. So wait a minute. If I bring you $100,000 and your ass gonna keep 80, and I'm getting 20, you tripping on my 20 and you getting 80, and right now you making zero? That's part of it. But I'm trying to tell you. I'm just trying to tell you. That's part of the issue. Part of the issue is that when you take professionals, when you take folk, look, man, folk at that level, like they ain't dealing with no mess. They ain't dealing with no drama. They're not dealing with that. This is business. Listen, we got finite time, and when I say finite time, I literally mean finite time on this earth. So you won't think about that stuff when you 20.
Facts.
But when you get 50, 60, trust me, you thinking about that because you got more years behind you than in front of you. So you ain't trying to sit here and waste time dealing with folks with craziness. But this also goes back, and I did a whole deal on this on my show about Black leadership. It's on my YouTube channel and Black Star Network. One of the fundamental problems that we have is we have Black people who are in positions of power who have never sat at the table of power. They are in positions of authority, but they have never actually been in authority. And so the problem is they are making decisions in areas they know nothing about. So they have to, their ego has to be put in check, in that I know what I don't know, and I have to be willing to trust somebody who has knowledge and expertise to help me get to where I'm going. But I gotta stop acting like I know every damn thing myself.
Facts.
And that right there is what you are dealing with. So, and that's the problem. And let me be clear, the university president that listens to the right experts, who then is able to get his board to understand, because guess what? It's a whole bunch of people, and this ain't just by HBCUs, y'all. This is HBCUs. I experienced this with National Association of Black Journalists. I experienced this with Alpha. I've seen this with Black churches. It's a bunch of people who are sitting on boards of Black organizations who ain't got no damn business being on those boards. Because they don't bring any value to the table. They can't bring you no money. They can't raise no money. They can't go out and find money. They also can't bring experts to the table. So they just taking up damn space. But they running around flexing, saying, I'm a member of the board of trustees.
Just for the title.
Church trustee.
Yeah, just for the title.
I'm on the board. Right. They don't know what the hell they doing. But I'm listening to me carefully. The HBCU president that understands this and gets it and accepts that level of expertise, they gonna be head and shoulders above everybody else. Y'all, there ain't no shock why Hampton and Spelman has been successful financially because of their leadership. Show me an institution with constant changing leadership in the president's office, on the board of trustees, in the athletic director's office. I'm going to show you a failing institution. But show me one that has stability, that has proper leadership, that has vision. I'm going to show you one that is succeeding.
Hey, Mr. Martin,
a lot of people. Yeah,
go ahead. Before I let you go, one thing before I let you go, because I know everybody, I see people in the comments talking about, Roland Martin for SWAC commissioner. If you were the SWAC commissioner,
No.
I know, but I know you like doing your own thing. If you were the SWAC commissioner or was consulting the SWAC commissioner, what would you tell him at this point right now? And then I'll let you go because I know you're a busy man.
I would say to whether this is the SWAC commissioner, whether it's the MEAC commissioner, I'm going to tell you what I've literally said to HBCU presidents personally. So it covers everybody. Take every contract that you currently have and completely run through all of them and tear them up. Now, I don't mean destroy them. What I mean is analyze every single contract and look at what you can do, what you can't do, and ask the question, are we fully maximizing the value based upon this contract? I said this, and I don't care. So apply to the SWAC, apply it to the president for the food services contract, for the janitorial contract, for everything. That's what you do. And then begin to say, if these are bad deals or not in the best interest of us, we're going to get out of these deals. People can be mad at Dion and Jackson State for what they did with the Southern Heritage Classic, but that was a business decision. It wasn't emotional. It wasn't about, oh man, no. That was business, because the problem is that in many of our cases, we have done bad business. And when all of a sudden, when the athletic departments are running deficits, this is real simple. To the SWAC conference, do you have a current deficit or you're in the black? Are you making money or are you losing money? You should not be the SWAC conference losing money. My show will be 4 years old in September. I've been in the black since 2020. I have no debt. I owe nobody because I've made business decisions, not emotional decisions. And so I would say to the SWAC commissioner, the MEAC commissioner, every HBCU president in the country, you examine every deal, including the deals in your own conference, and say, wait a minute, is this actually a good business decision? So we're going to go get some people who are some experts at media rights. We're going to go get some experts who are at advertising, who are experts at signing, who are experts at distribution. And then we're going to come back with a real program. That's how you roll.
Man, thank you so much, Mr. Martin. I appreciate you taking the time out to talk to my people, my fans, and to me as well. You keep doing. Hey, make sure you guys go over to Roland Martin Unfiltered. Listen, Mr. Martin, before I let you go, man, me and my mom are such big fans. Like my mom used to watch you when I was growing up all the time on TV1 and when you was on CNN. So I texted my mom, told her you was on. She was so excited. So, but I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
All they gotta do, download the Black Star Network app, because look, I'm not trying to be on YouTube forever giving them the content.
Yes, sir.
This is about creating and owning all of our own content. So as Frank Lucas said in American Gangster, we gonna get that money.
Facts. Thank you, Mr. Martin. Appreciate you for your time.
All right, brother.
All right, man. Peace.
I appreciate it.
Man, are you kidding? Are you kidding me? Listen, if you talking about listen. Can we just solidify that I'm that guy? Can we just solidify that I'm that guy? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Roland Martin just schooled y'all for an hour. And literally was saying everything that I have said on my platform day in and day out about using your content, repurposing your content, right? Listen, I'm going to say this and we're going to get up out of here because Roland said everything for me, right? This is what I'm going to say, right? I'm going to say this. The SWAC, in my personal opinion, you're hustling backwards. And I'm going to say this and I'm going to get up out of here. You're hustling backwards, right? Because you can never compete with money you can't get. You can't compete with these guys on, you know, getting 20 million views and 10 million views and all this money and boosting. You can't compete with that. That's not your lane. And a lot of people have it misconstrued that it's about the football games and we need more viewership on the football games and we need to get over 10 million views, Scotty. We can get some. That's not your lane. Okay? It's not your lane. It's okay. You can still make money having 100,000 people watch your stuff. Roland Martin just broke it down to you. He directly sold his book to his own market and made money. It's the same thing the SWAC can do. You directly sell to your consumer, your base. You can't compete with this. And the way you can compete is just by being yourself. Let your culture be your guide. White people always want to be black. So why are you not monetizing what we already are? It ain't hard to be us. It is not hard to be us, to be black. Just be what you are. And you know what that includes? Student activities, step shows, probates, band, fashion shows, school student content. Listen, if there's a kid on Twitter, all right, his name is Kenyon Tomlinson. He's a player at Grambling. He did a kind of like a reality style, you know, a day in the life of a student at Grambling. It got over 10,000 views on Twitter. It got over 10,000 views on Twitter. No promotion, just Grambling fans sending it to other Grambling fans, sending it to other Grambling fans. And by now, it probably has over 20,000. You know what I'm saying? So that shows you the content that you're making for your base will sell. Okay? Listen, it's not about, you don't, listen, I will take a trickle of money, right? Just constantly coming in. You know what I'm saying? 100,000 a month, constantly coming in. Then you limit to me, right? With just taking all my content and giving me money, and then I got to make it work, right? Because when you own your own stuff, you move it however you want. How Roland said, I repurposed the same video 3 times. So now if you show the senior year of Steve McNair against Jackson State, you show it in the morning, midday, in the afternoon. You didn't got paid 3 times on the video. If you show one of your best band battles, you know what I'm saying? If you do that, you make things happen. Okay? You make things happen. All right? But listen, man. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to Roland Martin, man. Like, come on, bro. Like, that was so big. Shout out to him. All right? I just want, this is all I want you to do, and I know this is what Roland wants you to do, is just think. Listen. Did y'all not get you must have came in late, right? I told y'all I graduated from a university. I told you I graduated from a university, and it was called the Deborah Scott University. I graduated. Summa should have come quicker at Deborah Scott University. And at Deborah Scott University, our motto is, if it don't make sense, it's a lie. Okay? Liberal arts of common sense is what my degree is in. So I ask you, I put it to you. All right. Is what the SWAC currently doing make common sense when you can take your own content and do whatever you want and monetize it however you need to, and you have the workforce behind you to get it done? I ask that to you. So once again, before I get out of here, I say to you, if you give a man a fish, he will be hungry tomorrow. If you teach a man to fish, he will be richer forever. Forever. We're trying to teach you how to fish, SWAC. Roland Martin is trying to teach you how to fish. So once again, all the stuff that you're putting out there, that you doing, I'ma just say this.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God. Stop fucking lying.
Hey, that's my time. You know, it's your boy Scotty. You've been watching Offscript, and you know what I'ma do. I'ma holla. God bless.